Hi, I'm Mike from detectors..co.uk, and today I'm going to show you our best-selling infrared beams for perimeter protection of properties. And what we're selling here, I'm showing you today, is a pair of 100 metre beams. What you would receive is a receiver and a transmitter, and these can be spaced up to 100 metres apart. They emit an infrared beam between them, two beams in fact, they're dual beams. Anything crossing that beam will set the alarm off. So 100 metres, up to 100 metres apart, so you can cover a whole garden. You can have one pair up one side of the garden, one pair across the other side, across the back. All your property, the whole area can be protected by various pairs of infrared beams. I'll just show you how to connect them up, take them apart, look inside. What you have on the bottom is a small screw which you slacken off. You don't want to take this screw right out. That can drop and you can lose it if it comes right out. You slacken it off and pull the front off, and that's just the casing. I'll move that over there. That's one of them. I'll just show you the inside of the other one. Again, small screw on the bottom, slacken it off and just pull the, not quite there, and just pull the back, and there we are. As I say, these are dual beams. What you have on here are two beams. There's the two outputs there. This will reduce false alarms. You can buy single beam sensors, but with a single beam sensor you can have a leaf or a bird flying across and it will set the alarm off and you'll get lots of false alarms. With a dual beam sensor, you've got the two beams. Both those beams have to be broken at the same time, so that you'll end up with less false alarms. The devices work on DC power between 10.5 and 24 volts. The connections are on the top. You bring the wire in at the back. On this you've got 1 and 2 is positive and negative power. It shows you there. 3, 4 and 5 aren't used, or 6 or 7 are the tamper switch. There's a small switch there. If that switch is broken by someone taking the cover off, it will set the alarm off. This is a transmitter. On the receiver, again, you've got the positive and negative power coming in there, but on 3, 4 and 5 on this one, you've got the switching out. So you've got either normally closed or normally open. So you can choose which way you want it to be. 6 and 7, again, are the tamper switch on this one. So you mount these on a post or a wall. They can be mounted directly to a wall with a cable coming through the wall, or you receive in with the kit a plate. This plate fixes to the back of the receiver and detector, and you receive a saddle and some screws, so it can be mounted on a round post, or the plate can be fixed to the wall and the device fixed to the plate. Setting up is very simple. You can twist either way to view the other sensor. What you have is a little viewfinder here. There's a tiny little hole to look through, and it projects, you can see an image on the mirror of the sensor opposite, so you can twist it looking through that little hole. Either side you've got a little hole, and you can see the sensor and line up that way. There's also a screw at the top on each one. That's for the vertical axis, so it pivots the beams up or down to line up with the other device. Now once you've got the power on, there's some little LEDs here. The green LED shows good, so once you've got it perfectly lined up and adjusted, the green light will come on to show you're spot on. You've also got a little red LED there for the alarm. Once it alarms, you can test it on alarm it and make sure the LED comes on. These are 100 metre beams, as I say. They will detect up to 100 metres apart. So spaced up to 100 metres apart. Outdoors, they're outdoor beams, as I say. They can be out in the rain, totally waterproof. If you use them indoors, they detect up to 300 metres apart, so you can space them 300 metres apart. As I say, there's also on here, there's a small adjustment there for response time, so you can adjust it. So if someone's running past the beam, it will catch them, or walking slowly, so you can adjust the actual response time there on that one. We also supply solar powered wireless infrared sensors. These ones are obviously wired, so you need to wire to each one of these, but the solar powered wireless ones, obviously you don't need any cabling. It will work, they will work on a 433 megahertz wireless alarm system, so if you have a wireless alarm system, they can be connected to those. And that's it for today. Thank you for viewing. Thank you very much.